The Energized Show, up the Irish.
Here we go. Okay, what's going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Energized, brought to you by Our Kings Competitions. Ross,
are you intoxicated or something?
Introduce the guest, man. Today we have the one and only Mr. 5-0. He's the face that runs the place in Cork MMA. It's the one and only. It's the Lamb. It is Brian Manning, fresh off a first-round knockout win at EFC 5, The Purge. And he's in the gym.
Putting the walk in, boys. My favourite tool there, Nola.
Bring us back to EFC 5, The Purge. Massive night. You're sort of announced on the card a bit later than expected. You've got an extra scrap in this year. Opponent change and all. Tell us how chaotic were those 2 weeks?
Crazy 2 weeks. So it was about 10 days notice, I think it was. And the fight just came about randomly because Oktagon couldn't I wanted to get matched for October. I couldn't fight September with Oktagon. I wanted to get matched for October. Couldn't get matched. They gave the okay. This is one of the big reasons I signed for Oktagon also, because they give you the okay to fight in these local shows if need be, you know. And it was the perfect time for it. And Barry got me a fight. My manager Barry, Alpha Fighter Management, got me fighting against the Sirocco fella, which we all know I was going to roll over in 2 seconds, right? And then he had to pull out for some reason. And then your man, to be fair, came from Cage. He fought in Cage Warriors only the week before. You all know who he is, Carlson. And he knows what he's doing. He's a decent old lad. He fought a 4-2 fella, 5-2 fella. It's Nicole, whatever the fuck his name is, from SBG. He fought him the week before, and your man could not finish him. They went 3 hard 5-minute rounds, and I made dust of him in 90 seconds. So I made the 2 of them look like fucking Egypt.
Yeah, absolutely. You actually beat him faster than the current Cage Warriors middleweight champion beat him. So he's fought the Cage Warriors middleweight champion, and that took him 2.5 minutes. Bellindelli, and now Brian Manning.
That sums it up, bro. I already done Cage Warriors. Cage Warriors is completed. That's done. I'm already completed Cage Warriors. I'm at the Oktagon now and then the UFC.
There's nothing like. But tell us this: the walkout. For me, I don't know why. This is my favorite one. The bat and all. The cornerman with the masks on. We were me and Barry. What's called probably talk about the walkout as much as we did the fight.
I look forward to the walkout more than the fight myself. For fuck's sake.
A lot of people do, man.
It's an event.
Yeah, it is. It is like
it is an event. Definitely.
It feels like everything builds to that moment when you're the main event of a show. It builds the walkout, and then like once the walkout happens, you're like, right now here's go time. It feels like it's almost like part 1 and part 2 of a show, as in like.
It is.
You know, it's almost in a weird way. It's got that boxing feel to it. There, like no matter who's on the other card, like the other fights are sort of like lovely, great. But the main event is almost like you pay the pay-per-view price for the main event by itself. It's
a show. It's a show, definitely, and that's why I said after I call the Lamb and call Mike Myers main event Manning, but I'm the showman. Like the showman's a good name because I do bring a show every time, and I like I like the idea of the show. Do you know, I love the fucking. Joe, we are like the Porters, and about this before on the Joe Rogan podcast. Like, it's part of the show. Do you know, like after every round, you stand up. If you're walking to your meet, it's all part of the show, and I love all that. Do you know, I'm made for this game, and I like a big walkout. I like a big performance, and I like to talk shit in the mic afterwards. You know, that's like part 3. Get me on the mic.
Yeah, but even the way when you walked out, like I think you had 3 different songs playing. Every time it's like a different walkout, so you're sort of like, what's next? Like the way you go in and then the way you finish.
I get knocked down and I get up again. You're never going to keep me down, and that's the truth. You're never going to keep me down, no matter what.
Yeah, but it's just like obviously myself and Ross are massive fans of MMA, especially in Ireland, and then like there's something different when there's a Brian Manning fight. Everyone's interested, whether they love you or hate you. They know they're getting a show, and then the way you are on the mic after is very entertaining as well.
Yeah. Appreciate it, boys, and that's the way it's going to. Like, this is going to be worldwide shit, man. Honestly, we're going to start on the European stage and get the world stage, And I'm going up to Oktagon. I'm gonna spark this Lukaku back. Like your man's name is Lukaku. Lukaku. Hopefully after the fight I go home to my Bjorn, I get some Lukaku myself. Well, your man's name. There's no motherfucker. The Lukaku killer he be calling me. There's no motherfucker with that name gonna beat me.
Brian, like, just for the people tuning in now, like maybe they've just seen you for the first time. Like, what sort of changed since you've turned pro? Because obviously, like 5-0, and now you have a big fight coming up at Oktagon in the Czech Republic on the 1st of November, which is everyone is very excited for.
Yeah. It's just what changed, man. For like, well, nothing's changed in terms of my personality and what I do with the entertainment side of things. But inside the cage, a lot. Like, it took me to 10 amateur fights to gain this composure I have. And this patience that I have. Like, my fight IQ is gone from here to fucking there. Do you know, like, I think a lot in the cage now. I'm a lot patient and composed. Like, when I know something's on, I know something's not on. Whereas before, I didn't think like that. And that's why I'm knocking these fellas dead. Because I could hurt the fella. Like, I hurt Carlson bad in the first 30 seconds, 40 seconds after that sprawl. And then they knocked him out the fucking sprawl. What about that for the sprawl, boys? How about that? That's top tier sprawl in there. Like, that's why I'm knocking out black belts. You know what I mean? But right, I sprawled. Flurry of punches and onslaught, and he survived. And I could tell when I was giving him left hooks, I could tell. I was like, right, he's not going away. He's a bit more determined. I was like, I'm going to step back a bit, see what he does, and he circled off, and I followed him, kept the pressure on him, and he kind of countered. He kind of little 1-2, but didn't catch me clean. And then again, I jumped back. I regained myself, and then I started picking my shots again, like a jab, calf kicking in the overhand right, and then that led to the finish. But that I have that composure now. I have that fight IQ that I think a lot. I might be, you know, as thick as 2 planks outside the cage, but inside the cage, I'm fucking Einstein, yeah?
In fairness, it really does show.
I have a good fight IQ in there, and it's probably from experience, you know, and just knuckling down and thinking to, like, be more patient in there and be more present in there. And that's how you get these finishes, and that's how you get these big wins. If you rush things, you're going to be fucked, you know, you're going to gas yourself out, and you're going to get finished yourself.
And how was the after party after Brian, and and then also Jesus, how shortly after the party did you get the call from Oktagon by being like, here, look, you're booked in November 1st?
Yeah. I celebrated a bit, of course. You know what I mean? It's it had to happen. And then I got a call. I think it was like Monday morning, and I was still fucking raw. I was supposed to speak G, but I was still dying sick, and it wasn't too bad. I got the call. I said, look, they have an offer there for us. And I said, fucking take this. Let's go. You know, 3 weeks' time, load of time. I was back training. So I was meant to take a week off because I was sore and I was training for months with camps and no fights and stuff. I was going to take a week off, but I was back training by fucking Wednesday, man. I was back in that fucking cunt of an assault bike there next to me by Wednesday, breaking my bollocks. And I'm going to be sharp and fit and everything else. I'm going to like think into the momentum I'm carrying into this fight. So I'm going to ping this fella as well. Ping him around the place.
Well, at least you're coming in unscathed.
Like then there's ping pong.
At least you're coming into this fight unscathed from the actual fight itself. Like you went in there and you ate next to no shot. But one thing about the fight that you sort of touched on that was definitely noticeable was, you know, it looked like you really had a clear game plan in there. Like the low kick, the overhand right. They looked like two things that you really worked on going into this fight. Was that prior to the opponent change, or was that
no same plan as I have the same plan as always, man. I like I go in and do the basics, you know, the jab, the right hands, left hook, calf kick. It's nice and simple, you know, nice and sprawling. If I have to wrestle, I'll wrestle, but people forget that I can fucking wrestle, you know. So the day I need to wrestle again, I'll wrestle. But I don't want to fucking wrestle. I want to
knock with that sprawl and brawl.
Sprawl and brawl, bro. Sprawl and brawl. Knock him out with my fucking hip. Do you know what I mean? So I want to continue to strike, and we'll just see. Look, I can play it by ear too, man. Sometimes I go into a fight and look, whatever happens. I adapt and adjust the things, you know.
Yeah, and Brian, tell us about Daniel Lukaku as well. Like,
Lukaku.
You're obviously fighting in the Czech Republic. He's from the Czech Republic. What do you actually
know
about
that name? I can't take that name serious. Fucking Lukaku. Like, how the fuck are you called Lukaku? Anyway, yeah, he's I tell you now, boys. He's decent enough, to be fair to him. He can bang. He can bang a little bit, man. He's a kickboxing style, changes stances and stuff. But look, I've seen it before, man. I've seen it before, and he's a bit frail. He's a bit built. He'd be more one of the more bigger middleweights I've faced. But I think he's a bit frail, man. I think when I smack him, which I will, I think he'll be rattled, you know. And then I'm going to follow up and so. But I'm going to do it in a very patient style, you know. As I said, I don't rush, and I like to think now and how I'm going to break him down and stuff. And if I have to do 3-5s, I'll do 3-5s. If I knock him out in 60 seconds, I'll knock him out in 60 seconds. I'll be ready for whatever. I'll adjust to anything. And it'd be a great scalp. He's 5-1. I'm 5-0. And I think it's in his backyard. He's from fucking. He's a Czech motherfucker. So I think I'll beat him in his backyard. I'll take even a lot more momentum, and then get in the mic and talk some shit, and then go again before the end of the year, boys. 7-0. I won't even need a contender series. Get me straight into the fucking UFC.
Tell us this. Obviously, this will be your 6th fight in about 14 months. Like you've been really, really.
I'm a savage.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Obviously, we've spoke to Dennis Frimpong, Will Fleury. We spoke to loads of people. We spoke to all the Irish fighters effectively on Oktagon. Do you feel though that they're missing that bit of star power, that bit of media, that media personality that they can sort of put the promotion behind to get it back here in Ireland? Do you feel like you could be that missing piece of the puzzle for them?
I am going to be that missing piece of the puzzle, 100%. And I'm going to be the fella that tops off this Irish card. Like I'm telling you now, I'm going to be the man, right, that comes in, and then they realise they already have Will Fleury and Frimpong, and I know Richie came in, and he lost, but there's still an option there for the Irish card. I'm sure he'll go on a tear after. But when I come in there now and I start talking shit, and I'm going to be shouting for this Irish Oktagon card, bring him to Ireland. So I think it'll be happening very soon. Do you know, within the next year maybe, and they'll have all us there. And it's going to be a fight for the main event in there. It's going to be, because I'm going to be knocking fellas out here now 2 or 3 in a row, and I'm going to be getting a title shot. That's the way I'm looking at things. And in Ireland, you could title shot. I'm definitely going to be up high in the card, and that's what I'm looking towards. So get an Oktagon Irish card going, and I'm the missing piece. Boom.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I can see, you know the way sometimes they put out a card and like maybe you're early on the prelims, and then you do the press conference, and all of a sudden you're main card manning, and then all of a sudden after your first win, you're main event manning. I can see them realizing the star power that you have.
100%, man. Fast. And I know main event manning, exactly. Prelim manning doesn't sound good. So main event manning. I'm already main card manning here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm on the main card of this show. So I'm only in the door, man. And main card already. Will you stop?
Early prelim manning.
I'll be Oktagon main event manning in no time.
Yeah,
Brian, who's going off to the Czech Republic with you, man?
Man, fuck all so far. Just my coaches. And I'm going to put up something if people want to go, but like it's an awkward spot, man. I expect people to come and it's a bit easier, maybe a one-way, or not a one-way, a direct flight to Germany. So this is kind of connecting flights, and then there's 2 hours from the airport. It's kind of awkward, but I'll put it up if people want to go. They can go in a short notice as well. So there's no one going so far, man.
Yeah, who's going to be in the corner?
Momentum going. Sorry?
Who's going to be in the corner?
Jack Maguire, Eamon Scully, and Barry Callan. My manager, Barry.
Jack Maguire, will he be looking to get out in the card in the
future?
No,
he needs to get going soon, but he's an injury. He's carrying an injury right now again. And it's a bollocks of an injury, man. But I'd say maybe at the end of the year, maybe December, he could be back, hopefully. With the help of God, as they say.
Yeah, we also want to give a shout out to Elite Fighting Championships. Come back on the Elite Fighting Championship 6 is coming back on the 6th of December as well. Brian, will you be there? On commentary?
Quiet, boys, and fuck off. You're always looking for me to do commentary or any of this kind of stuff. I got the commentary type, but we'll see. I might jump in for an old fight or two and talk some shit.
For a second there, I thought you're going to jump in for a scrap, and I was like, yeah. That pass to me either.
He want me to get I might, since you're kind of putting it out there, maybe I might pull a few strings, but I might jump in the commentary booth, even though it wouldn't be my thing. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll definitely be there, and I'll be in around the place and all that. But yeah. Shout out to the Elite Fighting Championship. Elite Fighting Championship are doing great things, man. They are like the shows up and on a great 6th show already this year. Sellout shows always, and a big shout out as well to my gym, MMA Cork. We're all linked and we're smashing it. We're smashing it, all of us.
if you were to take yourself out of the equation, we'll say just the amateur fights. Who was your performance of the night last time at League Championship 5?
Man, I didn't even watch him, bro. Honest to God, I didn't watch him yet. You know, I have to watch him back because I was absolutely busy fighting. No, we'd have probably maybe go Shane Carmody because of that submission he got. Who the fuck gets a? I don't even know the name of the fucking thing.
Banana split.
Yeah. So, like, who gets that in amateur? You know, so maybe Shane Carmody. That's the one thing I saw, but I didn't watch the other fights. I didn't get to watch him back. It was only fucking a week and a bit ago.
Yeah.
So, and I couldn't watch him because I'm fighting myself. So I don't like to watch fights too much. It drains. I actually went out there. I get my medicals checked and I fuck off home and I come back out again because it just drains too much energy. I learned that from previous fights ago. I wouldn't make the same mistake.
Yeah, and Brian, who do you think
Carmody probably? Yeah. What is it?
Who do you think will be the main event at Elite Fighting Championship 6 on the 6th of December?
I would be thinking Liam. I think Liam McYo maybe, but
yeah.
I don't know is he going to be fighting. I don't know is he going to be fighting. Yeah, Liam McYo. Like maybe there could be an amateur main event. Who knows? I don't know, to be honest, man. I actually don't know.
Liam McYo
against Benny Johnson was one of the best fights of the year.
Yeah, great fight, man. Great fight. And Liam definitely should have butchered him. He should have butchered the butcher. Like he was pinging him all over the place. And it was just, I suppose that's what I'm saying from a while ago. What did I say a while ago? The patience, the composure, you know, like if I'm going to finish the fella and you're boom, 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 you're all over him. And if you give too much energy, if you get too much exertion, you're gonna if you don't get the finish, you're gonna fade, and then you're gonna get finished. You know, it's experience, just being composed and stuff. But that's kind of what happened there. From what I saw, I spoke to Liam loads of times about it, and he'll be back. He'll be back 100% because no disrespect to Benny, but he's 20 levels above Benny. You know, I see him in the gym all the time, and even his performances at amateurs, you know, are just mincing dudes. But it's just look. You have a bit more time at a pro. You have a long time in there, 5 minutes. So just a bit more. It's just a bit different, a bit more patience.
Yeah, but it was definitely one of the fights of the year. Anyway,
great fight. It was a war of a fight, definitely. Yeah. John, he like your man Benny was fucking like I don't know, leather face.
He just would not go away as well. Like he
came back strong. To be fair.
Yeah,
yeah, but I think Ross, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say one thing. I know Barry will be listening to this, so what they have to do is, if you're not fighting on the show, which you probably won't be because you'll be celebrating that Oktagon victory.
Never say never, boys.
They should
never say never, but
they should do an interview. They should do an interview in the cage. They should do an interview in the cage with you there. But the only reason they do the interview in the cage with you there is to get a Brian Manning walkout. They need to get a Brian Manning walkout on the show whether you're fighting or not.
just a walkout. Just to finish the show with a walkout. We'll see with all the other things. Barry, my manager, he'll watch this. He'll watch this and he'll leave him decide what we could do for EFC 6. Is it 6?
Yeah. He told us.
Look, as I said, what?
I was gonna say he told us we're his favorite non-Cork MMA podcast.
There's a lot of Cork podcasts around, boys.
Yeah, so we're like someone like 18th on the list or something.
Yeah,
so we're doing all right.
Yeah. 20 on the list. 20 on the list, boys. All good. No, you're definitely one of the best around, boys. You're definitely one of the best around for sure in Ireland, you know. And you're the UK, and like fucking you're around a good long time now, and you're doing great work as well. And we always have a good crack.
Yeah,
you give me great exposure and keep up the good work, boys. Stay energized, not as they say.
We appreciate
we try
Brian.
our best for you, Brian. We try our best for you.
Yeah. So for the people tuning in now, make sure to check out Brian Manning back in action on the 1st of November at Oktagon. Brian, is there anything you want to say for the people tuning in that will be watching you compete on the 1st of November?
Likaki is getting smashed. The Likaki bastard. He's done for, but he's a terrible second name. I have to give him more of a beating over that. And he might change his second name after I change his face. So 1st November, do not miss it. And I'll be up again very shortly after. So come on!
Okay, Brian, thank you very much for your time, and we'll let you get on with the rest of your day, bud.
Appreciate you, boys. Appreciate you, right?
Best,
keep it up, boys. Good luck.
The Energized Show, up the Irish.
So, Ross, that was Brian Manning. Your favourite Manning man.
Yeah, top fella. Shout out to Charlie Manning as well. Just because he's the only other man I know. But yeah, what a guy. What a guy. Very entertaining. Real good get for Oktagon. And I really can't wait to see him make his debut. Can't wait to see, as you always say, the ring walk. And also, he's just very entertaining when he's in there as well. Like, he comes for a scrap. He comes to finish. He throws everything with bad intentions. Brian Manning is always one to watch.
Exactly. So, if you are new to the Energized Show, make sure to like and subscribe because we are here every week. And also check out the Energized Show's Instagram page because we'll be keeping you up to date every week on all the latest Irish fighters in pro and amateur. Don't we, Ross?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be an unbelievable final chapter at the end of the year on the Irish scene. And this is the best place to find out who's fighting, where and when, and what fighters are coming up in the Irish scene and worldwide. If you love Irish MMA, here's the place to be.
Very energizing, man. Very energizing. Ross, we have to go straight into cage conflict that happened up in the Devonish over the weekend. Where would you like to start, bud?
Let's start top of the card. Damon McGuigan gets it done in one. Probably the number one. No, not probably. He was the number one UK and Irish flyweight on the amateur scene. He has been absolutely devastating. He has some wins over some fighters who are now really good pros as well. And look, I'm just going to call it here. Cage Warriors 200 announced that they're coming to Dublin in February. I'd love to see Damien Wigan on that card. I think he deserves to be fighting on that card. He is an absolute premier talent in this country. And look, he showed what he's worth on Saturday night. And I think we're only getting to see glimpses of it.
Yeah, well, obviously Cage Warriors announced they're coming back. There's going to be a 10-grand bonus straight from Graham Boy in his pocket, Ross. If Damien McGuigan was to compete in that card, who would you like to see him face?
I'd love to see him do a rematch against Matthew Friel. Obviously, Matthew Friel didn't get to compete on the last Cage Warriors Dublin card, and I think this is a great opportunity for him to fight against Damien McGuigan. Obviously, Damien McGuigan got that famous spinning heel kick knockout against Matthew Friel. It'll be a chance for Matthew Friel to get that one back, and I think that's a great fight between two Irish flyweights.
Yeah, I can't help but think there's going to be a few Irish fights happening in that card, man.
Yeah, we don't mind a bit of Ireland on Ireland violence.
Yeah, well, look, if you perform to your maximum, you can get 10-grand bonus. Like look how happy Gary Rooney was with the 5 grand. Imagine you got a 10 grand on top of that.
Exactly.
Then Ross, obviously Damien got that win, and in the co-main event, Aaron McDonald got the victory as well. Aaron McDonald back in winning ways.
Yeah, absolutely. He needed the win here. He went out there, got the job done. Obviously, it's his first time out with Fight Academy Ireland as well, so important one for him. Glad to see him back to winning ways. Aaron McDonald, top fella, really looking forward to seeing him out there again. I think maybe potentially he should be one of the guys headlining the next cage conflict card as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to want to get back on Oktagon as well. So look, a win like that. If he keeps winning like that, like he's only going one direction. Then Ross, we have to talk about the super lightweight title fight again as Kieran Maskey defeated Russ George in the first round. Ross, this fight was voted the people's main event. Do you believe it lived up to the hype?
Well, Maskey definitely did. He's moved to 8-0. He is one of the best I'm just going to say lightweight fighters in the country. Russ George is 7-1 going into this fight. Two really, really good fighters, but look, Maskey was the better man on the night. Maskey is the man to beat anywhere in and around that 155-pound division in the country. If you look at it, the ZKJ man is absolutely top. So I wonder will we see him get a run out at Gladiator now after getting that win. But he is definitely someone to watch out for.
Yeah, and Gladiator's next show is going to be happening on December 7th, Ross. That's going down in Belfast.
Yeah, absolutely. Next person I want to touch on is Owen Mass Oliver, number one UK and Irish bantamweight. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last time we saw him at amateur. I wouldn't be surprised if he turned pro next, put on the 4-ounce gloves. Pablo, as they call him up in Fight Academy, is an absolute sensation. He has the likes of Paul Hughes singing his praises on the daily, and they firmly believe in this kid's talent, and as they should, and as should everyone else, because Owen Mass Oliver is a handful for anyone.
Yeah, I saw as well, he put it on his Instagram that he had written down, I think it was back in June, that he was going to knock out Rory Burke and become the bantamweight champion, and win the title again. and it came to fruition. So shout out on Mass Oliver as well. Can't wait to see what he does in the new year. If you're going to take a guess, Ross, do you think he's going to be getting the shout for Cage Warriors as well?
I think he'll fight in Cage Warriors at some stage next year, whether he headlines or co-headlines Cage Conflict first as a pro, potentially first. I could see that happening, but I do see him fighting for Cage Warriors in the future.
Yeah,
although in saying that, also with the pull that Paul Hughes has with PFL, I wouldn't be surprised to see him fighting the PFL as well, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, like Marek and also, Marek and Owen McDonald are both going to be fighting on Levels Fight League. That's going to be on November 2nd. So like there's loads of organizations coming in trying to feed off Fight Academy Ireland, which is always good news. Ross, then we also have to discuss that James Slavin defeated Shane Carmody. Yeah, and that was for the super featherweight title. And now Slavin is like, first of all, that was a great victory, but also Slavin is going to be making his pro debut at Chaos as well, Ross.
Yeah, James Slavin is an absolute veteran of the game. I think he's probably nearly 15 fights into his amateur career at this stage. So James Slavin fighting Pride of Derry will make his debut at Chaos Fighting Championships. It'll be a big night for the Derry man on that occasion, fighting from the hometown crowd. And look, it's well earned that pro status now. So let's see what he can do with the 4 rounds gloves on. And great win over Shane Carmody. I know Shane Carmody is only 3-0 going into it, but look, we've seen the submissions. A knee bar and a banana split in your first 3 wins as an amateur. It just goes to show the pedigree that Carmody has on the mats.
Yeah, James Slavin's going to be fighting Dylan Douglas at Chaos 25. That goes down on the 15th of November, Ross.
Yeah, it does indeed. Dylan Douglas, I think, won his last fight against, was it Dart Homan? Do I have that right? Is he getting an armbar against him? Could be right, could be wrong.
But, that's everyone unsubscribing there, Ross.
Yeah, everyone unsubscribing. Also on the card, we had Michael Shields. He was victorious, collecting I think it was the interim featherweight title.
That's it.
Yeah. Jeez, good to get one right every now and then. Michael Shields was the 2024 Energized Amateur MMA Fighter of the Year. He's had another good year. Michael Shields, he's quite young as well. I think he's only 19 or 20. So really excited to see how many more titles that man can collect before making the turn to pro. Look, I'm sure he might do 2 or 3 more, but he is definitely getting up there. And the mind-blowing, the spider monkey, the one and only, Jane McCafferty got his win over for the first time on the FAI banner as well. So huge win for him on that fight night. I'm sure he'll be delighted for that. I tell you, he had about 7 titles in the cage with him afterwards. So showing off the gold. But he's definitely one to watch. It'll be interesting to see how his career develops on the Fight Academy banner.
Yeah, and he won the welterweight title there as well, Ross.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but like that was obviously the main card. Is there anyone else that like you saw and you were like, you know what, they really impressed on the night?
I'm trying to think of someone who really did. I actually thought the 2 hybrid martial arts fellas, Tom Mallon and Max Mahaffey, were both very, very impressive. So one of the smaller gyms up north, but definitely making waves at the moment.
Yeah, Max Mahaffey was getting booed during the fight, and then after he jumped up in the cage, he started like getting booed on top of the cage. I've actually never seen that before. It was very, very funny.
Yeah, I think he's only 17 as well. So what a night for the young man.
Yeah, then I'll just give a few shout outs to the winners as well. I'm at James. Bradley Rice got the first round TKO. Then Team Tara's athlete Oisin Daly got the split decision victory. Fight Academy Ireland's Porsey got their round 1 TKO victory as well. That was a heavyweight fight.
Big Matthew Poor.
Yeah, not very often you see heavyweight fights, Ross.
No.
As you said there, Tom Mallon and Max Mahaffey both got victories as well. Yoda Martial Arts' Marley Mulgrew got the split decision victory as well. SPG Clonmel's Aaron McCormick got the unanimous decision victory. SPG Charlottetown athlete Leon Galley and also Vadim Beregoy also got victories there. And then the other one here I have is Huser Warriors Fight Club's athlete Kuba Sok got the unanimous decision victory, and also Logan Peters from Fight Academy Ireland got the victory as well. Ross, overall, the event I thought was very, very, very entertaining.
And I was just waiting for you to give Manchester United 2, Liverpool 1.
That was the only one. That was the only one. Well, overall, I thought it was a great event.
Fight Academy Ireland and the boys of Cage Conflict put on another absolute banger of a card from top to finish. Some of the best talent in the country going at it. Look, it was just a phenomenal card, and we hope to see another Cage Conflict soon.
Yeah. If you haven't checked out the Energized Show's Instagram page, we have all the results and finishes on the Instagram page, so make sure to check that out, because a lot of them fights went very viral on the Energized Show's page. We will keep you up to date when Cage Conflict are back in action as well, because that was a very stacked card. So let's see what Shando and Pat can do for the next event. There is another huge Irish MMA event going down this weekend, Ross, but we'll just cover a few other things before we get to that part of the show. Owen Sheridan won the first round at Academy Fight Series. Yeah, that was on over in Spain. Also, Pedro Carvalho as well from SPG Ireland got the win at WNC in Geneva. And Norris from
whoa. Pedro became the featherweight WNC champion. Don't forget to say he won the belt, Basman.
Yeah, well, that was a lovely belt he got.
Yeah, it actually was. Shout out to Pedro, back to winning ways as well.
Amen. And also Norris got the win in Lithuania, represents Bangtao and also SPG Drogheda. And then also Craig McGrattan got the first round finish as well in Finland from Team KF, and he looked very good in that as well. So it was like an undefeated weekend for the Irish pros, Ross.
Yeah, absolutely. Six fights, 6 wins, unbelievable stuff. Can't wait to see it. Cheryl will be back in PFL Lyon, I think, hopefully by the end of the year. Be very interested to see what Pedro does next. Obviously, that was a massive win over Lalapus over there. Brother of Taylor Lalapus, who has wins over Caelan Lochran. So, they beat one of the best French fighting families out there. Obviously, Norris with the win on Brave. Great to see him continue his fight career on Brave. Seems to be a good organization for him. He was fighting from the hometown crowd in Lithuania. And then Craig McGrattan, I'd love to see him get more Cage Warriors fights. He is a top talent in there, and he loves fighting against the best competition available. So shout out to all 4 of them. 4 big wins and 4 finishes. So you up the Irish, and then obviously
all the first round,
all the Cage Conflicts guys as well. Also first round. So unbelievable stuff.
Actually, all the Irish pros all won in the first round this weekend. There you go.
Why can't every weekend be like that?
Ross, just looking towards this week's action. James Gallagher, the Strabane, is back in action on Thursday, the 23rd this week. We had James on the show last week. I'm going to pin the episode to the end of this episode, so make sure to check that out. James Gallagher is fighting on ACA in Dubai. It's a Russian organization. Funny enough, some Russian Instagram page recorded our interview with James and then translated to Russian. It was a very, very funny clip.
Yeah, but they kept the accent, so I was very impressed with that AI.
Yeah, it was very, very funny. But the thing is, they didn't change the glasses to Russian flags, unfortunately.
No. Also, they did invite us to collab, and I was like, should I collab on that? And I was like, no, why would I collab on Russian speaking? No one's gonna understand that. So only I'm gonna find that funny. No one else is gonna find that funny.
Nobody finds this funny, man. Then Ross, look, Irish MMA is back, but there's also a huge event going down as the UFC is back. UFC 321. Tom Aspinall is taking on Cyril Gane for the heavyweight title. Tom Aspinall making his first defense of his UFC heavyweight title. Ross, what do you make of this fight?
Yeah, I think Tom Aspinall is going to be a heavy favorite going into it against Cyril Gane. I think Aspinall has left no stone unturned. He has Rico Verhoeven in camp. He's obviously expecting this fight to very much happen on the feet, but I think if it does hit the ground, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever to see Tom Aspinall get a submission win. I think Tom Aspinall is better than Gane on the feet, and I think he's way better than him on the floor. So I expect to see Tom Aspinall get his hand raised in this one, and I think maybe a second round finish. I think Gane is good enough to last the first round with him, but I don't see him lasting any further.
So you think Aspinall will beat Gane quicker? Would you think he'll beat Gane quicker than John Jones beat Gane?
I Did John Jones not do in the first round? No.
Yeah, he did it very, very. I think it was
Yeah,
like
I
a minute.
thought he sort of just like almost like big brother them and sort of guillotine them straight away. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, 2 minutes 4 seconds. No, I think Gann will last longer against Aspinall than he did against Jones.
Aspinall finishes these fights very quick as well.
Yeah.
We have a poll up on the Energized Show's Instagram page at the moment. Who's team Aspinall versus team Cyril Gann? Ross, what do you think the people
87% team Aspinall.
91% team Aspinall.
90%
Cyril Gann. So we'll see how that goes as well. Big Tom Aspinall fans over here in Ireland. Also on the card, Virna Durandama is taking on
Durandrova
in the women's strawweight co-main. Also, Umar Nurmagomedov is taking on Mario Bautista. Alexander Volkov is taking on Jelton Almeida. Alexander Rakic is taking on Azamat Mirzakhanov. And also, there's a prelim fight I wanted to mention is
Nathaniel Wood.
It is. Nathaniel Wood is taking on Jose Delgado as well. So
yeah, that's Durandrova fight, Mackenzie Jones for the vacant strawweight title as well.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes this weekend as well, Ross. Right. People are tuning in to hear about Clan Wars. It's back in Belfast. Back to back weeks for our Irish MMA events. Ross, where do you want to start on Clan Wars going down this weekend in Belfast?
Well, it looks like the main event is going to be Nate the Great Kelly versus Ricky De Harujo. Look, great flyweight title fight. Obviously, Nate the Great Kelly is probably one of the most famous amateur fighters in the country, one might say. And Ricky De Harujo is fighting now Team Taras, and he's looked really, really good as of late. So I think this one I'm going to expect fireworks, to be honest. I think a lot of this fight's going to end up on the feet, and it's going to be very interesting to see who walks out with their hand raised. And we also have Andrew Barrett versus Roger Lopez in a pro featherweight fight. Andrew Barrett, long-awaited pro debut. Roger Lopez, he's 0-4, but a lot of people talk in the MMA scenes and say do not underestimate him. He is very, very good. He's one of the striking coaches at SPG Ireland, so definitely one to watch out for. And then Peter Halpenny is fighting Tristan Barnett as well, which is another big scrap up in Belfast. And obviously, Peter Halpenny is a bit of a belt collector, so it'll be interesting to see can Halpenny be able to retain that belt, because I think he is the defending champion. And then Nathan Chaco Chambers is also on the card, who I'm looking forward to see as well. So there's a few other nice fights there. But look, great card. Great to watch these fights. I don't know if the event's sold out yet. If it's not, maybe get some tickets if you are trying to support your fighters. And if not, I'm sure it will be available on pay-per-view. But I am looking forward to seeing Clan Wars 53 go down in Belfast this coming weekend.
Same here, Ross. That was very well said. There was meant to be Ronan Deegan against Shane Mullen on the card as well, but that fight got cancelled. And then last but not least, on Sunday, Sinead Newline is back in action. She's fighting on Bloodline fight series that's happening over in England on Sunday as well, Ross. People will know Sinead for going viral after a win on BKFC.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a bloodbath if Sinead Newland has anything to do with it. So really look forward to seeing her go and do her thing as well. I love watching her do the bare knuckle. She's back in the MMA cage this time. I'm sure she's going to give it her all and look to get her hand raised. Her opponent recently got a decision win there over Amy Scully. So she can win one back for the Irish.
Amen, bud. Also, I forgot to mention, last week, I went to watch the Smashing Machine in the cinema, Ross.
Well, gives your out of 10 score.
Like, right, I don't really go to the cinema ever, and I was like, right, I'll go and watch this. And I watched the documentary. I love the documentary. The documentary is like a 10 out of 10. But in the cinema, this version, at max, I'd give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Would I recommend to go? If you like the cinema, why not? Like, but it's not like you're not blown away by it.
So it's a 6-7.
More of a 6.
Well, 6.5 would be 6-7.
That's more. It's like, I'm trying to be fair here in case The Rock comes after us.
The TKO group.
Maximum 6.5. Because there is a
Okay.
bit of nostalgia in it as well. So it brings up to 6.5, but like, I think it's a 6.
That's all right. The Energized Show for all your movie recommendations.
Give us a movie recommendation there. Quick, Ross. Shawshank Redemption.
Never Back Down 2.
Warrior with Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Ross, what an Energized show, man. A lot of wins for the Irish over the weekend.
Yeah, a lot of wins for the Irish. Long may that last. Can't wait to watch more this weekend and for the rest of the year. We do always appreciate if you will give it a like, leave us a little comment, share it amongst your friends. Means a lot to us. Please do continue to support us. We're trying to increase the amount of content we put out, if that's even possible, for everyone at home. We're trying to take in new aspects of martial arts, like the jiu-jitsu scene. So like we're doing our best. So your support means a lot to us. Thanks a million. And as always, stay energized.
The Energized Show, up the Irish. It's the face that runs the place, Chaos Curtis. I want to thank the Irish MMA community so much for getting behind me. You up the Chaos Cartel.